Good evening. Good evening, and welcome in to Tea with Lady DJ. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. It's been more than a minute since I've been with you all. Welcome in. Welcome in. Everyone, welcome in. Thank you for joining me this evening. This is not my normal time, but I've missed you all so much that I decided to go live today. Yeah, and then finish up during the week. I call it the creeping episodic because I don't really know what it was. Was it the flu? Was it upper respiratory? Whatever. My nose is still running, my eyes are still running, but I'm coughing a lot less. Yeah. So welcome in. I'm so glad to be here with you all. And I am so very glad that you all decided to join me. As you're coming in, don't forget to get your heart maze, that little heart right above my hair. DJ, welcome in. Welcome in. Get your daily heart maze. There's a little arrow at the bottom that just kind of curves over like that. If you would, share it, and it will share in your stories, and it'll get out faster, and then we can get started. I have excellent moderators, and they know that my usual statement, I don't want anyone blocked or kicked out, because we don't close the doors. We don't lock the doors here at this church. We do not lock the doors here at this church. But we do, if it is not your cup of tea, please quietly leave and go to the next. And thank you for stopping in. If you are too much, they know to just mute you, because I do want you to stay, because I do feel like I have something to offer you and share with you. So that my goal is always to get 20,000 likes up here. So if you would please tap the screen, help me to get to my goal of 20,000. I would appreciate it. I just appreciate you all being here. I really do. If you come in late, if you do come in late, in the morning, this live will be uploaded to my YouTube channel. I am not accepting anyone up to come up to the panel, because I like to chat with you uninterrupted. And then if you have any questions thereafter, I will open the panel. Or if you have questions and you don't want to come up to the panel, then just put your questions down in the chat. If you put your questions down in the chat, then tonight I go back through all of the comments, every last one of the comments. If there is a question, I will answer it at the next tea time, or I will answer you in your inbox. But I will get back to you. I will indeed get back to you. I have been busy, you guys. I don't know if you've seen it. I put up my new book cover. I have new books coming out. Manchito, welcome in. Welcome in. I have a new book coming out, and it's called Before the Play. Before the Play, which is play on the words foreplay. It is like in the same essence as trilogy. It is romance. It is soft erotic. It is steamy is an understatement. It is steamy. And I will be reading from it. I read from it. I read one of my stories, which is called If I Could. I read that as I introduced my new book. And I have 3 more to go. So by the end of February, I should have 4 that I have been quietly writing and enjoying every minute of it. There is one that's going to be called Closure, and it is talking with regards to generational curses, and that generational curses stop with you. Thank you so much. Generational curses. Thank you, Bam, for being here. That generational curses stop with you. They don't have to go any further. They stop with you. And I hope that when you read it, in part, it's my story. But if you don't know me, I think that you'll get the gist of what I'm saying and that it will help you, because some of us are still living through generational curses. And how do we stop it? And how has it affected our relationships that we've been in? It's affected relationships tremendously. And then you all have been so gracious. I've taken all of my tea times, and I've been doing tea time ever since 22. And Gregory Devon, who has transitioned unexpectedly, and I had no idea that that was going to be my last conversation with him. He said to me that all of my tea times should be put in a book. And he gave me the title, which is Mastering You. Are you really ready to date yet? I think that you all are going to enjoy that. It's going to be a good read for you to sit by yourself. It's 2 parts. The second part of Mastering You, Are You Really Ready to Date Yet, will begin with peace, that I am about to introduce peace to you right now. Because as we go through, and the things that I want to share with you, it's not to stop you from dating, but to help you to date better, because you are better. And when you are better, you flow different. You flow different. Your wisdom, your discernment, all of that's different. So there will be 2 volumes of Mastering You. Are you really ready to date yet? Those 2 will come out at the end of February. The end of February. Bam, I was saying to them that I have been out with the creeping epizootie. I don't know what this is, but it had me in a hog tie, right? My nose was running, I coughing, my eyes, wait. And I think it was a little bit upper respiratory, but I've got this. They've been showing on TikTok the wild oregano with black seed oil. I got that. I got off of TikTok. I got my mushroom coffee. I got that vitamin D3 with K2. Listen, I spent quite a bit of money with TikTok. I certainly did, but it was all worth it. It was all worth it. It's just breaking it up, and I'm feeling so much better. Absolutely, so much better. So, thank you, Panita. Hey, sweetie, how are you? Oh, goodness. It's so good to see you. Rain, I see you. How are you? So, tonight, what I've been hearing, you think do I look bad? Because I was like, man, I feel, you know how your sinuses get full, then your ears get full, and I had it all going on at the same time. Anyway, thank you all so much. Y'all are so kind to me. But you all know that I call God Leroy. That's my pet name for him. And he knows when I call his name, it's time for us to have a talk. And he and I stroll the TikTok streets late at night. Yeah, Leroy comes with me and we sit out on the porch and we listen. We don't judge, but we listen. And I like to say that we learn so much when we flow in. Tony, thank you so much. Thank you. I saw it. Thank you. We learn so much when we're quiet. We learn so much when we're quiet. And even though I am 71, I am a lifelong learner. And I'm always learning. And I'm a nerd. And I'm okay with that. So when I come to you guys and I share with you, it's because I shared with me first. I shared with me first. How does it apply to me? And now that I am dating, how does that apply to me? Some of you are in relationships. Some of you are married. How does it apply to you? I feel like I can speak from both sides of that fence because I was married for 23 years. And now I have been single again for 28 years. But in that single again, for me, I sat down because I didn't know who I was. And the more I sat and I listened, I realized how many persons was putting the cart before the horse. They've either come out of marriage or they've come out of a relationship. Oh, thank you so much. Or they've come out of a relationship and they feel like they're ready to date again or they're ready to be in another relationship and they're not. And so what they do is repeat what they've already been through because they have not invested in them. So it was something that a gentleman said to me, and I said it to Dear, which is Coach Sid. And the gentleman said to me, we've been knowing each other over 20 years. He said, but you're prettier than you were then. I said, I was younger then. He said, but you're prettier then. Well, I've never known how to accept those kinds of compliments. But Dear, and I talked about it, I'm at a different place than I was then because I know what peace is. And that's the reason why we're going to talk about it tonight. The catchphrase is, I'm protecting my peace. Well, what does that look like? What does peace look like? I can share with you that I know what it looks like because I know where I was and where I am now, God said, I give you peace. I give you peace. And He's right. So we have to go through some things, or we've gone through some things. Did you learn from the things that you went through? And do you know the difference from being lonely in a relationship and the feeling of being alone? They're two different things. So, we're going to talk about peace today and tomorrow. And we're going to talk about my acronym for peace. My acronym, and it will be in the book, Mastering You, is, and you can write it down, is the P for presence. Presence. And the E for equity. The A for autonomy. The C for communication. And the E for ease. Tomorrow I will tell you how that fits in. I share with you, and maybe you've experienced some of the things that I'm talking about, that I've gone through. And this is how I've gotten to where I am. It's from experience, life experience, and then the wisdom that I gained while sitting still and being quiet. Because see, I've only been dating now since my mother transitioned, and that's 5 years. And I tell you, I cannot tell you that how much I am enjoying dating, enjoying the moment, not going in with any expectations, because in my mind and in my heart, I already have my boundaries in place. I already have my non-negotiables in place. So I don't need to share when we go out on that first date. It doesn't need to be like a job interview. Well, these are my boundaries and this is what I want to do. I just want to enjoy the moment. And if after a second date or a third date, he decides that he'd like to take it to another level, well, I too have been assessing him. And if I'm not ready to go to the next level with him, I can graciously say thank you, but I'm not ready yet. We don't have to we don't have to posture to say thank you. It's been fun and I've enjoyed you, but I'm not ready yet. So I'm at a place of peace. I'm at a place of peace. And I'd like to share that with you all, if I may. Who brings peace in a relationship? Haven't you heard it? I'm protecting my peace. I'm going to protect my peace. He says, oh, she needs to set the atmosphere of peace. Well, it is incumbent upon both of you. Did you know that? It's incumbent upon both of you. I'm sorry. You see what happens? Oh, I'm sorry. Both people, honestly, both people need to bring the peace, but not always at the same time and not always in the same way. See, peace is within you. You come with peace in you. He comes with peace in him. I am to make sure that he does or that I do, but it is never one-sided. It's both parties bring peace. In healthy relationships, Peace is not really about one person being the peacemaker. I gotta sneeze. It's not about one person being the peacemaker while the other stirs things up. It's more like both people taking turns being the one who de-escalates, who extends understanding first, who chooses connection over being right. Hear me. Let me say that again. It's more like both people taking turns being the one who de-escalates, who extends understanding, first, who chooses connection over being right. Sometimes you are the one who softens first. Sometimes they are. The dynamic gets messy when only one person is constantly responsible for smoothing things over, absorbing tension, or managing the other person's emotions. That's not peace. That's exhausting. Real peace comes from, and you all have heard me say this word over and over during this time, is mutual. Real peace comes from mutual effort. Both people willing to repair after conflict, both able to self regulate when things get heated, both committed to the relationship being a safe place. Both mutual. There's that E, right? Equity. It depends. It also depends what kind of peace you mean. There is the peace of resolving conflict while together, and there's the peace of just being easy with each other, where you're not walking on eggshells or constantly managing tension. So, what does welcome in, Ty? Welcome in, Tweety. Welcome in. I'm sorry. I was in. You know how they say I was in a zone. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. And as you're coming in, don't forget to get your daily heart needs, all of your points. Tap the screen, please, because tonight is, as you can see, I'm still coughing. I want to get at least 15,000 likes before I call it a night. But everyone, if I missed you, please forgive me. But welcome in. Welcome in. What does peace look like? And why do you feel like you can't be in a relationship because your peace may be disturbed? Your peace may be disturbed. I hear this, and I just what it just makes me say, do they really know what they're saying? Or are they hearing what other people are saying and they're parroting what they hear? But how does that look like? What does it look like for you? Protecting your peace has become this popular phrase, and it does mean something real. It does mean something real, like setting boundaries, not tolerating mistreatment, not letting toxic people drain you. That part is healthy and necessary. But I think there's a version of protecting your peace that can become almost emotional self-preservation. Emotional self-preservation. Taken so far that any discomfort or conflict feels like a threat. Any is a threat. Where some see any disagreement, any need to compromise, any messy human moment as disturbing their peace. Any. Relationships. This is what I don't think that they think about. I don't think that they process this far. Relationships, good ones, do disturb your peace sometimes. Good relationships. Your partner will have bad days. You will have bad days. You will have misunderstandings. Someone will be grumpy or need more than you feel like giving in that moment. That's life. Growth is sometimes uncomfortable. Growth is sometimes uncomfortable. That's not toxicity. That is just what happens when two whole people with their own needs and feelings share life. It's not the end. But I'm a whole person and he's a whole person. It's not always going to be a trip through the tulips. It's not. Because I'm a whole person and he's a whole person. And he's going to come in on a day and he's going to have a bad day. And I've got a bad day. But what do we do? How do we handle that? The difference is whether that disturbance is. This is the difference. Occasional friction in an otherwise supportive relationship. Oh, Tweety. Occasional friction in an otherwise supportive relationship, or constant chaos, disrespect, or walking on eggshells. So, I always have to give you something that I did that brought me back to what I'm talking to you all about. Something was shared with me, and I'm forever talking about tone and tenor and how you say things. And for me, that's really important. Really, really important. And so it was such a gut punch for me that my response was not good. And I had to acknowledge that that person had the right to share with me their concern, even though it was hard for me to hear, because I thought that we had that connection and that you knew me better. That's what I thought. But I think that they did know me better, but it was a state of where they were at that time. I needed to be a little more understanding. You remember how I said up here, misunderstanding? I needed to be a little more understanding. And he pegged me correct. My feelings were hurt. I was offended. I got in my feelings. And I did. But nevertheless, I understood. I explained as much as I could. Now, then I just have to wait. Well, was that enough, or do we need to talk about it some more? Maybe so, maybe not. But an apology and an acknowledgement. That's what we as women, sometimes we don't acknowledge. Yeah, you had that right. You had that right. I didn't have to like it, but you had that right. Do you all understand? Put a 1 down in the chat if you understand what I'm saying. Sometimes we just have to hear it and not take it personally. Hear it and not take it personally. And I took it personally because I just felt like we knew each other, but not taking into consideration that we're all going through things. And not taking into consideration, poetic, welcome in, welcome in. Thank you for joining me. Thank you. But not taking into consideration that life happens. There are misunderstandings. And maybe, yes, it wasn't delivered but I could have been a lot more understanding. I could have been a lot more understanding. And that is growth. That's what growth looks like. Being more understanding. So, the difference is whether that disturbance is occasional friction in an otherwise supportive relationship, or constant chaos, disrespect, or walking on eggshells. You want to assure each other that you indeed are that safe place. You are that safe place. You want to be able to assure that person that which has been shared between the two is like it's locked up at Fort Knox because of the respect that you have for each other. That's important, the respect that you have for each other. Some people have been so hurt that they have built walls so high that no one can get in without threatening their peace, which is sad. That's sad, S-A-D, because connection requires some vulnerability, some tolerance, and tolerance for uncomfortable stuff. Now that was uncomfortable for me. Terribly uncomfortable. I am still that safe place. I'm not angry. And when we say, I see Galathea there and I see Tweety there, and they know I will say, I love you when we hang up. And that's not, I love you, I want to be in this relationship with you. It is because I love you like God loves us. And even though that happened, I can still say, I love you and mean it. Now, I hope that it is accepted. I can't do anything other than that. And just learn. It's another experience. It's another experience where we learn from that experience and we grow from it. It is here that we grow. Permission to think differently. So, are you really ready to bring someone into your space, or do you need to assess more carefully before allowing someone access to you? Now, this is a question that you will have to answer. We're almost at 10,000. Okay, let's do a power tap. We can get there. We can get there. We can get there. Let's do a power tap, please. So, I was married, as I said, for 23 years. Then came the rediscovering me. I had to rediscover me. Why do I say I needed to rediscover me? You, like me, some of you do not know who you are. Some of you do not know who you are. Speaking for me, and I've said it before, I was married at 19. I was my mother and father's daughter. I became his wife. I became my son's mother. And I had no name. I lost the A, the autonomy. I lost it. Or I never had it. So, why did I get married? I loved him. Absolutely. Unequivocally. But I also was wanting to get away, to escape. This is the reality. I wanted to escape. What I thought I was going to get was this cookie cutter June Cleaver type of relationship, and the white picket fence and the dog and the 2.5 children. I don't know how you get 2.5, but anyway, that kind of relationship. But that's unrealistic. And so, because I didn't know who I was, I didn't have boundaries, I didn't know what my non-negotiables were, I did not know my self-worth. None of that. So for me to say, okay, after 23 years, now I'm single again. I don't like saying that word divorce. I don't know why. Did you see me stop? I like saying I'm single again. That I don't know me. And when I was single again, I saw all kinds of things. And I call them woolly bullies. Woolly bullies, my goodness. It was different. It was so terribly different. It was different. And I didn't know how to navigate that difference. So I sat still and invested in me. What peace feels like on my own terms. Do you know what peace feels like on your own terms? Do you? This was huge for me. Protective of what I have built. So now I know how to protect that. I know what it feels like to have that peace. I was talking I'm always talking, but I was talking with someone today and was sharing that I was going to do this. And he says, every time I call, you're so happy. Yes, I am happy. I am. Because it's in me. It's in me. There has to be a purging going on. All of that stuff. All of that stuff. Yes. We have to get it up and out. It's like blowing your nose. You know your head's full and all of that that's in there needs to come out. Well, that's what we have to do. We have to we have to take time with us and rediscover who we are. Who are you? Who are you? I went 23 years married, and then I would do it all again, all over again. 6 years as a caregiver to my parents, right? And now they're both gone. I'm telling you guys, I didn't know what to do with myself. And I sat, no TV, no radio, no music, no nothing. Oh, that felt good. All that, it's like noise, like white noise. Sometimes you just need to sit and be quiet. And when you sit and be quiet, you can hear what God wants you to do, His directions for you, and it feels so good. It's not confusing. It is not, you remember I said the chaos? It's not chaos. So I had to appreciate on my own terms this quietness. So if I want to talk, I can. If I don't want to, I don't have to. Now, am I really ready to invite someone into my space? Am I? Well, for me, I know I'm not a girlfriend. I've been a wife for a long time, and I know I want to be a wife again. For me, this I know. So in the meantime, I enjoy the company of a gentleman. I do, and it's okay. I enjoy the company of a gentleman. But because I enjoy the company of a gentleman does not mean that he gets to go around the bases sliding into home. Do you know what I mean? Right? Right. So, I know what peace feels like on my own terms. It is not, should I stay single forever to protect my peace? It's not that. Versus let someone in and risk losing myself again. Well, I'm never going to do that again. Because now I know. I know my worth. I know my boundaries. I know my non-negotiables. I know these. And I don't need to read them off to you. But what I do need to do is that there's so much a part of me that when one of them are crossed, we're going to still give grace, but we want to make sure that this is not a pattern. Thank you all. You all are so kind. Thank you. And we're almost at the 10. Thank you so much. But we want to make sure that this is not a pattern before we say, this has been real and I've enjoyed you, but I'm not ready yet And rejection doesn't have to be painful, because that's where we come in with the I statements. I am not ready. I'm not ready yet, but I have enjoyed your company and your time. Oh, I'm glad you're stopping by. I hope you're hearing something. But whether or not, it should not be, I'm single forever to protect my peace. No. Versus letting someone in and risk losing yourself again. It is more like you now know what peace feels like. You now know what it feels like. So you can be discerning about what and who gets access to you. So that's the reason why it is imperative that you spend time with you, that you invest time in you. Be mindful, be so very mindful of who you lend your ear to. Because even though that person may be talking, which is true, here in the TikTok streets, you can sit on the porch and hear some things that parroting things that you heard. Oh, on some you can even hear some male bashing. On some you can hear some female bashing. But have they really resolved the problem? Have they, in all of this anger and this frustration, have they really solved the problem? Yes, Tweety, not everyone is in alignment with you. Don't be so desperate to be, and I want to use that word desperate. I'm so sorry, you all. Don't let that be that desperate. Don't be so desperate to be in a relationship that you just settle. No, there is a plethora of wonderful, intelligent men and women out here. You do not have to continue to accept the same that you've already been through. I am so sorry, you all. Please forgive me. So the question it's not really whether someone will disturb your peace, because they will, because that is human. That is human. Yes. The question is, will they add more than they disturb? That's the question. Will they add more than they will disturb? Will they respect what you have built? Yes, it is, Tweety. I thought I was ready to come back, and I'll be here tomorrow. You all just have to tolerate me coughing. That tickle right there. But will they respect what you've built? Will the relationship expand your peace rather than constantly threaten it? Yes, okay, sidebar. Tweety, I've got the tea. I've got the honey and lemon, and I put a little Jack Daniels in mine. It cuts that tickle up and I go right to sleep. I'm talking about now that's peace. Okay, that is peace. It does. It's the honey, the Jack Daniels, the lemon, and the tea. It just gets all of this. And I go straight to sleep. 1 cup. That I'm good for the night. You're probably noticing things when you sit and be poured into, when you sit and receive instructions from good teaching. And I say this all the time. I so miss Miles Monroe. Oh my goodness gracious, what a teacher. What a teacher. And I have his books that I started with after my divorce. I have his books that I started with. He got me started. And then there's my pastor, Dr. Baldwin, and Dr. Bruce Williams, that's here in Louisville, and Dr. Darius Daniels. Great teachers. Great teachers. Not just good teachers, great teachers. Yeah. So, you are probably, when you take time for you and invest in you, it's things that you would not have tolerated before, or patterns you can spot earlier. That you can spot, and that's not being too picky. That's having standards informed by experience. Informed by experience. Some people need to be alone for a while after marriage, after long dating relationships. Some people have dated longer than some people have been married. I don't understand that, and I'll ponder that, muse over that later. But as to understanding why it is that you would want to give that kind of time to someone, and in the end, you are just what do they call it? A friend on the obituary. Excuse me. So what does that do? So is that what you want? Is that what you want? You want to just be that special friend on the obituary and have no benefits thereafter? That's what I'm talking about. That we stay in things too long. And we've gone past several exit ramps. And then when we do get out, we're all used up. We are. So, some eventually want partnership again. That's me. I want partnership again. I enjoyed, excuse me, I got to do the puzzle. Okay. I enjoyed being married. I enjoyed the whole kit and caboodle. And to know that I heard God say to me, you have so much more life to live. I'm taking him at his word. I'm taking the Father at his word that I have so much more life to live. So while I'm living, I will also be learning. I know that this is my assignment. And when it's no longer my assignment, he will have that person that recognizes the qualities that is before him. He will recognize the diamond that's in this piece of coal. But until then, enjoy the moment. But both are fine. You don't have to decide right away. Take some time, assessing more carefully before allowing access. Assessing more carefully before allowing access. That's important. So, you're looking for someone, and I'm not just talking to the ladies, I'm talking to the men that are here as well. You're looking for someone who values the kind of partnership you want to build. So do you know what you want to build? So how would you know if he aligns with that if you don't know? See, that's where we get in trouble. We don't know ourselves, so we want someone else to fill that void for us. We want someone that doesn't know jack diddly about us to come in and fill a void that we don't know how to fill. That's not right. Respects the woman or man that you've become in these single years. Respects the woman and or man that you have become in these single years. Will they add to your peace rather than constantly testing it? Did you hear me? Will they add to your peace rather than constantly testing it? Are you actually ready for marriage? Not just seeing where things go. So that's that statement that I hear. I'm like, what in the world? Seeing where things will go. So that means that you get to try out everything. You get to drive the car off the lot. And you know when you drive a car off the lot, it depreciates immediately. So you get to drive the car off the lot. You get to put some miles on it. Seeing where it's going to go, where things are going to go. Put some miles on it. And then, while whoever is getting their sea legs, and once they can stand up and not weebles, wobble, and fall down, I know you all don't know what weebles are, but anyway, that was back in my day. But you got your sea legs and you can stand sturdy. So now, I've spent time with you. And I've helped you. And I've been there for you. I've been that safe place for you. Yet I'm not the one. And you're off to someone else. When will you say, I love you, but I love me more? And time is up. Because now you have allowed this person to block your blessing. Because every time you are seen out, you're seen with. someone that's not going to be your husband. And he is taking the space of your husband. And he's out there. Or she's playing wife and blocking the place of another woman that is meant to be your wife. Yeah. Seeing where things will go. Have depreciated the car. The tricky part is that you cannot know all of this up front. You can't. You have to let, you have to let someone in enough to see how they handle real life. In just enough. But when I'm letting you in, that doesn't mean that you get, no, we're not talking about you get to come in and you start to talk about you don't know when to be submissive. No, sir. No, ma'am. Not submissive in dating. Never submissive in dating. The Bible speaks of submit to your husband, submit to your wife. So I can see how you handle things, but submit, no. You don't come into what God has given me dominion over, which is this. This is mine. And you don't get to come in talking about I'm the head. No. The order is God, husband, wife, and children. So you're not the head either. You're not the head and you're not the leader. What are your plans, sir? Ma'am, what are your goals? Where do you foresee? Do you understand? Don't be in such a hurry to be in a relationship that you overlook these things. We want, just stick it in the microwave and it's ready. 1 minute, 2 minutes for a good bag of popcorn. 2 minutes. And you should know. No. It takes more than that. It takes more time than that. And you have to be okay with your no. You must be okay with your no. You're not ready yet. And the very time that you're not ready, and 3 weeks in it goes awry, thank you. And 3 weeks later it goes awry, then we cry victim. Yes, we do. We say, oh, he did this, she did that. You did. It is. You accept the responsibility. Be accountable for your actions because you put the cart before the horse. It is. And early on in this tea time, homes, I think that's what I'm seeing. We talked about the 5 different stages before we get to, well, there's 3 stages before we get to courting, and 1 stage before we get to marriage. And most of the time, the reason why it goes awry is because we skip steps 1, 2, and 3. If you have not heard me go through that, those videos are on my YouTube channel. And I forgot, I changed the name of my YouTube channel. So it's just like this, Tea with Lady DJ. Tea with Lady DJ. That is my YouTube channel. Tea with Lady DJ. And I think that there's 100 and some videos that you can go through. Sit with them. Just remember to turn on your notifications, because like this will be uploaded in the morning, and then you can sit and in the comfort of your home and listen to it again, or not, but it is available to you. The wisdom you've gained. You know what loneliness is in a relationship. Feels like versus being alone. You know the difference between needing someone and wanting someone to share your life with them. When you sit and invest in you, you have a much clearer sense of what you will not tolerate and what you truly need. Sometimes you just have to sit by yourself, not hearing your girlfriends tell you something. Girl, I would do this. Man, she ain't, man, no. The one true person that can give you direction is a good teaching person, and it may not be me. There are some other good teaching persons, teaching pastors. There is Marvin Barnum. He is on TikTok. He's wonderful. There is Uncle, he's early in the morning. Most of you all are probably asleep. He is wonderful. Oh my goodness, there's one other that I will listen to on TikTok. I will lend my ear to, because they are rightly dividing the word, and it is so on point. It is so on point. But when we're going to have to reassess our circle, reassess persons that we have in friendship status, which should probably just be an acquaintance. There are some persons that we need to let go of, because they're not trying to help you. They're holding you back. Oh, thank you so much. They are not trying to help you. They're holding you back. And as long as you are in the same place they are, and so every year you talk about, I'm going to lose weight and I'm going to do this and I'm going to get my finances together. And on December 31st and the first of the year, you're going to say the same thing that you said the first of this year. I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to get my finances together. And they don't want you to do anything different, because you could possibly, conceivably, leave them behind. Focus. Because God has not denied you a mate. He has not. He's just saying, not yet. There's so much more that you need to learn. And then the peace that you will have when you take time for you. Because see, I like to say this, and I know I'm not going to get spiritual and I'm getting ready to leave you. But God is not going to compete with all of these other persons. with all of these other persons. He's not gonna compete with them. He's not. He is right where you left him. He's just wants a little bit of your time. You petition him, and he will give you direction. This I believe wholeheartedly. But you have to be willing to lend him your ear. So, if there are any questions, I will open up the boxes. Please feel free to come. And we made it 10,000. Thank you so much. Thank you. And if you have any questions, if you'll send an invite, I have two of my moderators here, and I'm so happy that they are here. Or if not, remember, you can put your question down in the chat. I read the comments. I do. I go back through them and I read them. And if there's any questions, I had two men. I felt so very honored. I had two men, 3 weeks ago, and they put their question in the box. And it was outstanding questions. And I dedicated the next tea time to their questions because they were thought-provoking. It caused me to think, It caused me to have to go have a talk with Leroy and where to go pull. I was that they felt comfortable enough and safe enough right here that they could ask that question. Thank you so much. That they could ask that question and that they trusted me. I felt so very honored. So if you have any questions at all, just put your questions down in the chat. I thank you for joining me. Tomorrow, don't forget, we're going to go through peace. What is it? The P is presence. The E is equity. I don't know what that little shaking head was. The E was equity. The A was for autonomy. The C was for communication. And the E is for ease. As we continue on with peace. Do you really know what it is? Peace. So, you all, this sneeze is way up here. This sneeze is right there. And it just says, oh, I'm going to come down to right here. And I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to chew all over this screen. Okay. I don't know who you are, sir. No. So, if there's no questions, I thank you. I thank you for sitting with me. And I hope that those that are here with me tonight will come back tomorrow to get the rest of the story. Yes, I've got a humidifier. Let me tell you what. Last night, I was sitting here working on my, I was writing. And I had fixed me just a short cocktail. And I didn't think anything about it. And listen, when I tell you God has been good, I've gone from 7 different medicines for my blood pressure and my heart down to a half a tablet of for my blood pressure and a half a tablet for my heart. But still, I didn't even think of it. And I just took it after having had a cocktail. I have never been so woozy in my life. So I sat up because I was like, okay, whatever's getting ready to happen, I want to see it coming, right? So I sat up, and my humidifier is right next to my recliner. But I sleep with a CPAP, not the one that covers your face. It's just a nasal cannula because I'm so claustrophobic, right? Well, everything started to drain. The humidifier, I had eucalyptus, one of the eucalyptus tabs down in there, and it strangled me because it got down in the back of my throat. I thought, oh my God, Elizabeth, I'm getting ready to meet you in the air. I have never got so choked up and clogged up. The humidifier did what it was supposed to be doing, but it was awful for me. It was absolutely awful. So I'm hoping that all of this is coming to an end because it just keeps breaking up. But I'm hoping. But tomorrow, I hope to see you all here with me tomorrow as we continue on with peace. So, peace. You all have an amazing evening, and thank you again. Good night.